Alrighty. Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Hey there.
This is the webcast about the how-tos of the live meeting. We had our first Facebook live meeting with over 100 people first time. Oh, that was crazy. And it's harder than you think. So it's going to be something we'll need to practice, but we all can really figure out how to do it. I mean, it's not that hard, but it's hard once you get started to see all those things and you like all the hearts, and so it gets you all kind of giddy, but it's actually very fun. But we do want to go through some of the how-tos of what to do, because this is an amazing tool. It's not to replace anything. It's an extra tool to really build your business. Right, guys?
Yeah. You got it. You got it.
Absolutely. I think it's going to be so huge for building our business. Just that one time, the initial, and once we learn how to do it and get the rules and regulations and get it mastered, it's just going to be phenomenal to drive our businesses. I'm so excited for that piece of it. I didn't get it at first, and then when watching it and things started kind of adding up, I was like, holy crap, this is going to be it. It's going to be huge. But I didn't get the whole thing at first. What I had in my mind versus what the reality was didn't add up. So once I figured out the logistics and stuff, it was like, holy Moses, this is awesome. Mm-hmm. Really exciting and awesome. Yeah.
I've enjoyed being on other people's Facebook Live events a few times. And so I had an idea of what it could be. I know there were some things that I didn't like about those live events, and we didn't do those, so that was awesome. And I've been looking forward to this ever since hearing Sarah Robbins at the Mastermind event in November. I have been anticipating this and trying to visualize how are we going to do it. And I loved the way you did it, Carla. I think you did a fantastic job, and I know how difficult it was, and you had. You were trying to prevent the squirrel movements of trying to read the comments, but I think that you deserve a huge hand for that. Yay!
Thank you. It was fun to do, and I do see the potential of this, because I know Zinzino is going to be the #1 company, and I know that we're ready in the U.S. We're ready now for momentum. We're ready to spread out, so it's not just 70% here in Minnesota. We're ready to go all over the United States with Balance and Zinzino. So this is, I think, the tool to get there. And I was excited to see Sarah Robbins in November too, but a little bit scared of it. But and now we just saw a webinar with her again and said, okay, we're going to do this. But she was the one who talked about some of the specifics on why we do things. Like, why is it that you need somebody to say yes to be invited? That's an important thing, because a lot of people, it's almost easy. You see invite, and then you push that button and all your friends come up, and it seems like, oh, I'm going to. But there's a reason we don't do that. Because, first of all, you don't want that people haven't been asked first. I know I would be kind of irritated if I was just getting invited all the time. Isn't that a big thing? Stuff like that, right, guys?
I get Facebook invites all the time, or get added to groups and stuff. And I'm like, what is this? What is this? I don't even know what this is. And I didn't ask to be put on it. And it's kind of a negative feeling. And, so we don't want to promote that. So we want to have a positive, we want people to want to be on our event. So make sure that you invite them the same way as if you were inviting them to a meeting. And then if they say, yes, I can be on, then say, great, I'm going to add you to the group, and then you can say that you're going, and then you'll be able to see it when it goes live. I think of it the same way as if I was going to, book a meeting with somebody. I don't put that in my calendar until they've said yes. Well, I don't add them to the event until they've said, yes, I want to go.
Yes, and then we need to make sure that we're following up and making sure that they clicked going. Because if they don't click going, they don't get to see it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And, go ahead, Jeff.
I'm not a Facebooker, but I watch stuff. But I agree with Angie and Lori and stuff. To call somebody and to get them excited about what they're actually, to get on the event page and actually see it, rather than just cold call type thing. But, that's me. But I'm also excited about new people that are just getting started. They'll be able to plug people into things faster and try to work on getting some momentum going. I think that's huge to help new people to get things rocking and rolling. So.
Yeah. I think that's kind of fun. And about inviting, one of the things that Sarah Robbins said, and Sarah Robbins has $1 billion business, guys. We're going to get there, but she has a huge business. This is the tool she said is what exploded her business. And one of the things that she was really specific about is the culture of the meetings. And when people can see that you've invited 100 people and, and there are 100 people on, but there's 250 people that were invited that didn't come on. What does it say also about the event or how it is with Enzino? So it is something that's actually an important thing to make sure you're not just inviting people. Make sure that you're talking to them before and getting their approval to add them. And then I've had people afterwards say, well, they didn't get to see it, because it's up to you to follow up with your partner or the potential person as a customer partner and make sure that they've pushed going and also follow up with them. There was questions and things on there also about, I'd like to know more of this or something like that. And you really do want to follow up with your potential people. That's really a big thing, but it's going to be a huge thing coming up. I think it won't be long, and it's not going to be something we're doing like all the time. Maybe once a month where I'll be doing it. We do have a couple set up here for already here this Thursday. So if you want to be on that, make sure you're talking to your upline to be added and make sure you're inviting correctly. And then follow up. I think that's in the same way in Enzino, follow up is the most important thing, isn't?
Yeah, absolutely. And, Carla, when you were done, you did a great job of saying, if you have questions or anything, follow up and ask the person that invited you. But I think we need to, as partners, if we invited somebody, we need to take the responsibility on us that we're going to follow up the same way as if we had a regular meeting with them. And we're going to call them right away. I know I got on the phone and I was calling the people who I invited and I said, hey, what did you think? And ask for feedback. And if they had questions and I mean, that's just doing the right thing. That's following the system that we've laid out. So keep following the system exactly that we have, and we'll have success with it.
Yeah, and with this online meeting, I think, or with a live event, I think the sooner you follow up, the better. So I love hearing Angie say as soon as it got done, she was calling people, because it's a little bit different than a face-to-face meeting. I think anyway, I think you need to call sooner. I think that follow-up needs to be sooner because they're going to have questions that no one has answered.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's all about staying with the basics. This is a tool, so let's use it as a tool, but we got to do the basics, like everybody's saying, follow-ups and make the phone calls and get everything, so you keep in touch with people, just stay with the basics.
Yeah.
Right on, Jeff.
And actually, Angie, you got a partner right away too.
Yes, absolutely. And then I have another meeting this week for another potential partner who they talked to me right after I called them, and they're like, we want to know more about the business. And I'm like, well, great. When would be good for you? And we have a meeting booked. So it does work, guys.
Yay!
And they're from another state, so it would have been a little bit different. And that's what's great about Facebook Live, is that sometimes some of the hardest things of, getting people to find time in their calendars to sit down somewhere to meet. And this way, they just sit home in front of the camera, or whatever, TV or whatever they're doing on their computer. Fine. So it is a fun tool.
I think there's an important thing to that though too, because there was a partner that asked me, now I'm in my pajamas, is it going to be okay? Are you guys going to see me? So I think when we're inviting, I think that is, and we won't be able to see you. You can be however you are in front of your computer or phone.
The only person that cannot be in pajamas is me. That wouldn't be so good. But yeah, and this is something we'll be able to, continue on and show people and, use this. And then at some point it'll be, Lori Blockett doing it for her team and Ramey doing it for her team and things like that. And then it'll also go on to maybe somebody is a new partner and they're going to get started. Now we follow the exact system still, they're going to need to do, if they want to hit those fast bonuses, write their goals down, write their 100 name list down, divide out their 10 customer and partner potential. And one of their meetings should probably be a Facebook Live event. That way they can invite all the people they know all over the United States, other countries. We're in 33 of them, so if they know them, that's great. And they can do one of them as a live event so that they can get more people involved. But they still need to do all the other meetings and learn the customer and partner presentation too.
Yeah.
So it's going to get there. We're learning. It was new for all of us. It was new about inviting, knew that you had to push going on it, knowing that you can actually see on there, you can see how many people, and everybody can, so all your guests can see that too, of who is invited and who is going and who can't go. So we really, if people can't go, they probably should not have been invited. So make sure you remember that in advance.
I think it's great that we get to hear from Sarah Robbins, who is the best of the best at this Facebook Live event. All her lessons learned through all the time that she's done this, we get to start like that.
Yeah.
So that's why there's all these little things that we have to make sure, but it's because when you know better, you do better. Mm-hmm. And she knows what we need to know to do this the best that we
want to do. Now, there was also a lot of fun stuff afterwards. Because if you noticed, we're going to continue doing this, of the comments, how important it is for the partners that are on to create the culture of these events. When you're pushing like and hearts, that is all the guests can see those too. So you want to create this fun culture. It is like a home party, but it's actually almost funner than a home party because it's really fun. And then as a partner, did you notice that you could see, everybody can see all of the comments. So you can make a comment of what your score was and make sure we're also following the rules on that. And again, rules are rules. And actually some of these are laws. The law says we cannot say we can cure, prevent, treat any disease. So if you're writing on there, I had da-da-da-da-da-da, and now it's cured, you're actually breaking the law. So we really want to be able to make sure, and actually if you're in doubt of what your stories are, or if they're legal or not, ask your upline. Sometimes, it gets all the way up to me and I'm like, oh, that one I don't know either. So I'll send it on, but ask your upline, because sometimes I need to check with the lawyer of what is correct here in the US. So we can make sure right now that we're duplicating the culture of following the law in what we can and cannot say as our things. We cannot have diagnoses that are curing sicknesses and diseases. So we want to make sure that that is something that we're keeping up. You'll also see a lot of people were writing, I felt better than ever. I would never miss my oil. I have more energy. I have, so many things. There are tons of 400 and something things you can say. So let's use those.
Very positive things that you can say. So let's keep posting those things we can say and our before and after test results, because that creates excitement, because people are like, oh, look at all these people, and this success that they've had with this,
But we don't want to be into all the things too much that all the guests expect a miracle, because what we can prove is that the numbers will get you into balance. That's what we can test with a blood test. And we do want feedback. So send your feedback upline. Send it to me. I actually do like to get the feedback. We want to continue getting better and better and pick out the ways we're doing things. But it's a start of something new. I think it's a start of something historic. Are we ready for momentum?
Yes. Just think about this. How many new customers and partners come on after this last one? This is our first one. Fast forward a year from now, there's going to be hundreds and hundreds of coming on from these webcasts. I'm just excited. I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. I mean, this is just the start of something that's going to be absolutely huge, and it'll be so vital to everybody's business that it's going to move forward and make the United States #1. That's what's exciting. So.
With all these great tips on the Facebook Live events, speaking of events, what are the most important things for growing your business? They say of all the work you're doing, you're only putting in about 15 to 20% of your time doing events, but your results are 80 to 85% from the events. And we have an upcoming event that will blow you away. I mean,
yeah, you don't want to miss it.
I mean, May 13th is huge. You don't really want to, I mean, I don't know if people really realize how big it is that our founder, Orion Sela, has talked with Tim Story to be coming to our event. It's boggling my mind. It's blowing my mind that he's coming. It was enough that, I mean, people want to come running to hear Dr. Paul Clayton. They really do. They will be there for that. But that we have Tim Story, and if you look at that, what we put on, just go to YouTube and watch some of his things. He speaks in front of, you know, tens of thousands of people at places, and he's coming to our event. Last time we were about 200 people.
I know.
He's coming to speak to us. I don't know. I mean, he's a pastor that, you know, works at his church, but he has written, like, it was at 7 or 9 different books, and they're really about the personal development, the getting you to live your potential life, to reach higher, to get your goals, and how to do that, to get yourself in alignment for success. And he does that to a lot of the stars. He's a coach for a lot of the stars. Some of you guys have heard him.
Yes.
Yes, we heard him in Oslo, Norway. Was it the last one or the first one? Yeah, it's the information that you get from this man is like Carla says, is the nuggets to start putting together to change your life and for personal development. I can't say enough about that and for what we've gotten from listening to him, and so we're excited to see him again. Yes.
Well, what I think about too is the Oprah Winfrey can literally get anyone in front of her, right? And broadcast anyone. And so she always has the best of the best on her shows or on her, you know, anything that she's doing. And she's interviewed him several times. And she uses him as a life coach. That's huge. That's absolutely huge. If you Google him, you it's unbelievable everything that you find out about him, and he is speaking worldwide to sometimes, you know, tens of thousands of people, and he's going to come to Minnesota to our regional event. That's crazy.
And actually, it's almost a little comical when you say it that way, Lori.
It's kind of.
He's coming to us? What is that about?
He must know something we don't.
But, you know, and that's because of his connection with our founder who knows so many people, and he's agreed to do that. And actually, he's going to speak at our event, and he's going to speak with the leaders also on Friday night. So now that's the reason that it's exciting this month.
That's amazing.
And to me, it just speaks volumes to him understanding our founders, who they are, what they're about, and to get somebody like him to take his time, because I'm sure it's quite valuable, to come and work with us. Just, you know, not only does he see the potential in our business and our founders, so to me, it's just like, holy bucket, somebody like that, what a feather in our hat to, you know, have that as an in.
I know, I'm nervous. I'm nervous just because I have to write with them. I was like, I gotta write.
But we've got Tim Story coming. We've got Dr. Paul Clayton coming. You know, this is at the events, this is where you see the big picture of where Zinzino is going, and it just hits you like, I am on the right train to success. Where this company is going, you get that belief, and it's just instilled in you. And when you leave those events, you know, with all the training and everything that you've taken in, you're just, it's just life-changing. It's like you're ready to, you know, the doors fling open and you're out there and you're ready to go. You conquer the world, right?
And actually, if you have a team of people. It is, I hope it's okay I be honest, because I want everybody to realize, make sure everybody in your team is there. And how do you really get more people to your team? Well, this is how Hilda explains it. She says, take your newest person. And of course, they're excited. They want to build a business. And if they want to build a big business, they have to come to the event. So you do everything you can to make sure that they're coming. Then you go to the next person in that upline and you say, you've got this person from your team coming to the event. You know, you also should be making sure you're attending the event. That way you've got those two people coming. You go to the next person, you've got two people coming in from your team to the event, and you make sure each and every person understands how important that event is. And now's the time to ensure that they're coming, and get everybody in your team to understand the importance. Because like I say to people, if you've got something planned on that day now, change it. If you've got something that's, you know, because if you want to build a big business in Zinzino, this is that important for you to build your business. The events build it. It's just that important. And we know that not everybody who comes to the event has success, but everybody who's ever had success attends the event.
If you want to build a successful Zinzino business, you need to be there. I've never missed an event since I've started. I've been at every one, and I won't miss one. That's how important they are.
Yeah, and by the time you're done, you feel that energy. I think that's important.
And yes, you do have to make some sacrifices in order to go. I know, like Bob, he has another business. He has a shuttle business. He's supposed to do a wedding that day, and he's giving that wedding to someone else. And he's, it's that important, because we know that Zinzino is our future, and that's what we've decided. We've decided that Zinzino is our future, and so he had to miss one event, and it was because he had just bought that shuttle business. And he is still kicking himself over that. He's like, I wish I could have given that wedding to somebody. It was another wedding, and he'll never do it again.
Yeah. Keep in mind, this is your business, and these events are for you to grow your business. And if you're not going to them, then you're kind of saying that you're putting your business on hold, because they're that powerful to move forward, and you need to be there. They're that important.
Well, like Carla said, 80% of your, volume comes out off of the events. I mean, that's huge. So do you want that 80% or do you not?
What part of that million customers in 2020 do you want to have in your business? Yeah.
And I've had people that have said, oh, it's a long drive. Oh, I will have to stay the night. Yeah. Sometimes getting business, you have some sacrifices. You need to pay some things. But, let's see. Tim Story is flying in. Somebody from our corporate office, Lars Dahlberg, we're getting him coming over for a reason. The corporate office is sending somebody from Sweden. So I think sometimes, it's maybe that we've been a little spoiled having all the meetings here in Minnesota. But if you have team outside of Minnesota, they need to fly in to be here, because we're doing events all over, and they need to see what is it we're doing so that they can duplicate it. And, if we really want momentum, we need to get everybody here, everybody in the team. So we've got big goals, and we cannot lie. Big goals, and we cannot lie.
Oh, that was good.
I'm gonna have that song in my head all day now. Anyway,
Nobody else can even talk because we're all just rolling. That was a good one, Carla. Very good. I'm gonna have it in my head too. Oh.
Big goals, and I cannot lie. I'm gonna come up with that song. Okay. Anyway, so events are huge. We've got a new event coming. Zinzino is going to skyrocket.
Yes.
Yes, the dog is agreeing. It was not just whoop whoop, it was whoop whoop. Two at the same time. That was a good one too. Whoop, whoop.
I was thinking that too. That's the dog.
That's the dog. Let's go.
Bye.
Yeah, see